And Bowers, I would ask that you abstain. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve the final minutes as written from the March 12th, 2024 Recreation Commission meeting. Notes by Amber.
Do we have a second?
A second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Saha and seconded by Commissioner Beach that we approve the minutes as written from the March 12th, 2024 Recreation Commission meeting. I will now call for a vote. Please vote. Brad, it passes 7-0. Next thing we need to do is look at the minutes from the Rec Commission from March 27th.
Workshop.
The workshop, yeah. The minutes have been distributed to you. We also have a quorum of those who attended the March 27, 2024 Recreation Commission work session. Are there any correction to the minutes?
I get to vote this time, though, because I was there.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes as written. The March 27, 2024 Recreation Commission.
Do I have a second? It's been moved by Commissioner Rand and seconded by Commissioner Keegan that we approve the minutes as written from the March 27th, 2024 Recreation Commission work session. I'll now call for a vote. Please vote. We talked about the severe weather and refund policies at the last work session, so we're going to go through and vote for the updates. So do we have a motion for the item? Yes.
I move to approve the revisions as presented to the City of Alpharetta's Recreation Severe Weather and Refund Policies.
Do I have a second?
I second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Beach and seconded by Commissioner Saha that we approve the revisions as presented to the City of Alpharetta's Recreation Severe Weather and Refund Policies. I will now call for the vote. Please vote. And the motion passes 9-0. And that's all we really have. So we're going to go right into staff presentations if we can. Community services.
Hello. Good evening.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Great.
Good. So the staff report for last month from Community Services. Our summer plant pickup starts this week, so that will start on Saturday. We originally, which I probably shared with you, we were planning to start that last weekend so that people would be able to plant over spring break. But due to the cold overnight temps that we had last week, dipping down below 40 degrees, we weren't able to do that because we couldn't harden off the plants. So that's, just goes back to the core mission of our program is education. So part of that was educating our members about why they couldn't get their plants yet, why it was not yet time to put in the tomatoes or the eggplant. And so it was actually kind of a nice little way to just further reiterate the importance of education. So that starts on Saturday. We got everything out of the greenhouses yesterday, and everything now starts its 5-day hardening off phase. So our vegetable growers will be picking up their basil, okra, tomatoes, and peppers, and they'll also be getting squash and cucumber seeds and watermelon seeds this time around. And our flower growers will get all the favorite summer flowers that include zinnias, cosmos, marigolds, and those are the long marigolds that go in vases, not the short ones. and then some rosy basil and sunflower seeds. So we're really excited for that. Saturday also kicks off our first community agriculture workday of the season. So as typical with our April workday, we're expecting over 100 people to be out at the farm, helping us with a variety of projects, just getting the farm open for the season officially to the public. We have never closed, as you guys know, but it'll be our first official workday. Also, swarm season is underway. I talked about this last month, and thanks to James, we got the word out to the public, and that prompted over a half a dozen emails to me about, hey, we have a swarm. There's one on my picnic table. There's one on my kids' playground play set. There's bees climbing into the overhang of my porch. It was a lot of different things that people were seeing bees about, but great news is that they contacted us and said, what do I do? And we were able to connect them with trusted beekeepers who were either able to tell them it's nothing to worry about, it's just mason bees, or they were able to capture that swarm and rehome it into a hive. So that was great. Yeah, really, that was great. March classes were great. Our April classes are going along really well, and we have all of our May classes also posted too. Mold remediation is going to start on the house at Old Rucker Farm next week, and so then once that begins, we'll be able to put everything back together and start planning for our fall programming, which will be wonderful. Not that the fall programming will be in the house, but we'll be able to start focusing on that. Summer camp planning is underway. I can't believe that's just in a couple of weeks. Our registration is about on track with where we were this time last year as well. So planning for a successful summer, a busy summer with lots of kids. And along with that is our summer staff hiring. We had so many more, like 3 times as many applicants as we had last year, which I think is a really great sign as our program, people are recognizing our program. And so they're applying to be a part of it, and we had really wonderful candidates. We had about a half dozen interviews last week, and we'll do another 4 this week. So I'm really, really excited about the folks that we'll be able to have join the team this summer. That is all that I have for you guys. Yes?
Did they figure out what caused the water issue in the basement, or is that just the building?
So from what we understand is there was a leak in the roof. So we're also putting a new roof on the building. So that should solve everything.
So it wasn't like a clogged drain pipe or anything like that, or something else?
Not that I'm aware of.
Commissioners, if I could, I'm going to remind you to use your microphone, please. Thank you.
I was doing that for Amber's. I missed last month, sorry about that. But I thought I read in the minutes that you're looking to expand the greenhouse, or was that not true? That you were hoping
We did. We expanded the greenhouse temporarily this year.
Because you had to move out of the basement, right?
Yes.
But I thought that there was a problem, like that had been part of the design before, was to expand the greenhouse, and that had to be scrapped because it wasn't a tornado shelter, or I forget what the reason was, but there was some reason. Have we gotten around that? Can you expand it kind of permanently now, or no?
We're looking into the possibility of that, and what we would need to have is stamped architectural drawings of the structure, of the greenhouse structure. And so what happened before is the greenhouse that we had purchased didn't come with those things, and it wasn't able to be, those stamped engineer drawings weren't able to be provided after the fact.
Okay.
And so we can start with that intent from the beginning this time around.
And perhaps so it would go in the same spot you had picked out before and all that other stuff, yeah?
I'll probably have more to share, because
Okay.
a lot of that I don't know
Okay,
yet.
good. Okay.
But I think next month we can talk about that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
He's got his hand up.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, for the Dewey Decimal System card catalog seed pickup setup in front of City Hall, when will that be ready? I think you mentioned it was going to be this month sometime.
Say that one more time. I'm
The
sorry.
seed pickup, drop-off, library.
Oh, the seed library.
Yes.
Yes. So we are still, we had a little bit of delays because everything had to get moved to different locations temporarily. And so our seed packing, we've got our vegetable seeds about done. So I think what you're gonna see at the libraries is we'll get the vegetables in, and then we'll get the herbs in. And I think that you'll see the vegetables in the next couple of weeks, like this week and next week. We still have to pack the eggplant seeds without getting into all the details, but it's going to be a rolling. We're not gonna have everything in all at once. I just don't think we're gonna be there. But if you go to the branches right now at both Alpharetta and Milton, you'll see the drawer system and a sign that says coming soon. So we have the location picked out, and then at the book checkout is like a promotional sign that is letting people know that it's coming.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see that? Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
did.
Good. So we're just a little bit slower, given nothing is all in one place right now. So it's a little bit challenging.
Makes total sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Bowers?
There we go. Is that right? Is that green? Swarm season. This is interesting. Never heard of this before in my life, but we have tons of bees. Is this just regular bumblebees, and is this ongoing, or is this?
So swarm season is a honeybee, or it's a colony bee thing, and honeybees are the ones most famous for living in colony. Like solitary bees, or bees that live in the ground, or mason bees, they are what's called solitary bees, and they don't live in a colony and work together. But swarm season is, it's springtime for all animals, and they all kind of do the same thing in the spring, and the bees are doing that as well. They're multiplying, and they're sending their queen out. They've created a new queen, and they're sending her out to form a new family, essentially. And so they send out like foragers or pioneers to go and find a place that would be a suitable home for the new family to live. And then they invite the queen to go there, and she lands there and kind of checks it out, and they all swarm her. And so when you see, it will look like a giant football of bees. And if she likes the location that the pioneers chose, then they'll stay there. If not, they'll go somewhere else. She'll tell them, this is not going to work for us. I mean, you know, like there's so many parallels. It's just so fun. This is not going to work. Find me a new home. And so then they go somewhere else. So, and I think I failed to say this, we've already had our hives. We have 2 hives at the farm. One of them has already split 3 times. So we went from 1 hive at the beginning of the season to now we have 3. One we did not catch. It went off. We didn't capture that one. One we did, and the other one we think went back into the original hive. So now we have 3 boxes that are alive, that are active. Yeah, it's fun. Springtime, animals.
Any other questions?
It was really
None?
the bathroom. It was the master bathroom. She was upset about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cultural Services.
Hello, how are you? Good. Good. Right there. Thank you. For a couple monthly highlights, we have, I sound very loud. Is this loud in here today? Is that good? We did our beta test for the park performance permit. And if you're not familiar, that's where it's kind of like a busking program where you have people play around town, either on the sidewalks. And we had 5 assigned allowable spots for them to play. We tested it out the whole year, and we got some feedback, and we made some changes. And a few of the changes are we're allowing 2 performers at a location. We got a lot of people that refused to play just because we had a husband-wife duo, and they play together. One plays the guitar and the other one sings. And then we would have a couple of students that wanted to play together because they didn't want to be by themselves. And so we are allowing 2 people to play together. We are now allowing tips. And then, let's see, what else do we change? We changed the permit. We used to do like something around the neck. And now, since we're allowing tips, if you see someone that is out playing, they'll have a box in front of them, and this serves as their permit. So they still do Venmo tips, but some people did want to leave cash, and we weren't allowing that. And when we did those changes, we pushed it out last month, and we had 5 people sign up, which is more than what we had all year last year. So we'll see how that goes. The Alpharetta Arts Center, I always like to highlight a few of the classes coming up. And we have a writer's workshop on April 27th, trying to touch base with the literary arts. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but we do have a art garden in the back of the Arts Center. So if you ever come by there, please stroll through the back. We just did a weaving project, a community weave project, and it's all and we display it in the back of the Arts Center. Our next project coming up is we're doing birds. So we'll have those back there. Also, we have a bar class where you can take a class and then you can bring your kids if you want, and they do an art project while you're in your class. The visitor. This is the bear that was in the back, and he's been gone for a little while, and we are unveiling him. We had it scheduled for Thursday, and we just rescheduled this afternoon because it's supposed to rain on Thursday. So Friday, I'll be sending that out to you tomorrow. Friday, it'll be same time, same place, same details, but if you can come out, we'd love to see you, and that's all I can unveil at the moment. So. The Outdoor on Loan exhibit. This is a bi-yearly exhibit where we have sculptures that are loaned to the city, and it's time to do the next agreement. This will be on the council agenda on April 15th, and the 5 sculptures that you see here will be departing. And we will have new sculptures with Arts Alpharetta will be curating and bringing into the city. A lot of these are this is in Goswick Park, this is in Brook Street Park, the Ribbon Arch is in Wills Park, and Liquid Sunshine. We're trying to see if we can keep this one. We're working on that. So I'll update you when I know more. We've gotten a lot of feedback that people really like that one. So Arts Alpharetta is kind of working on it, but I don't want to confirm quite yet. Well, it's back. The stage, the spotlight stage, will be on the council agenda. It's taken, I think, about 9 months for the MOU between North Point Mall Legal and the city legal team. So we have it on the agenda on the 15th, and we'll let you know how that goes. Our gallery exhibits, if you were able to stop by the community gallery, we have a artist that did all of their art in wood, and it's actually very beautiful. They're very simple, but they're beautiful. The middle artist here, he is in the studio gallery. If you're not familiar with that, that's a gallery we have at the Arts Center. And then the main gallery has the art of movement. So if you haven't had a chance, please come out and visit some of those.
Isn't the craft just in that room that we were just in?
Mm-hmm. The Alpharetta Historical Society is doing their first rummage sale. They're asking for donations. If you have something at your house that would be appropriate, please reach out to them. It'll be over the 16th, 17th, and 18th, and stop by if you just want to buy something too. The Alpharetta Garden Club will be doing their plant sale on the 13th and 14th at the Mansell House. The Alpharetta Symphony will have a performance on April 19th at the Alpharetta Methodist Church. And they'll also have a workshop coming up. So if you know anybody that's interested in that, please sign up. You just go online at their website and you can buy tickets for the show, for the symphony, and for the workshop. This is a new partnership. We've actually been working on this for years, and it's finally come about through our program money that we give Friends of the Library, Friends of the Alpharetta Library. We have partnered with them, the Alpharetta Library in the city, to do an Alpharetta Storytelling Festival. And that will be on April 27th. It's a one-day festival. You can go online. This is the schedule. I know it's a little hard to see, but there's some pretty neat things going on. They do things for all ages, from adults to kids, storytelling workshops. They have a Shakespeare Tavern acting workshop, something very simple like puppet making. So there's a good variety, so try to come out if you can.
So are they telling stories or are they teaching you how to tell stories?
It's all areas. It's through puppets, it's through acting, it's storytelling on all levels, writing also. Paint the Town, plein air. Arts Alpharetta, it's coming up soon. They have workshops. They'll have a night paint where they're going out at night, and those create very unusual paintings. And they have a quick draw, so that I'll be telling you more as this comes up, but I just wanted you to know that would, please come to the gallery show. Actually, there's some really neat things. Come to that time frame if you can. That's it. Any questions?
Yeah, a couple of questions. On the rummage sale, when you say reach out to them, does that mean that they have to approve the items before you take it to them, or do they actually come and pick the stuff up for you?
I can give you their phone number. The archives committee is overseeing that as their first one, so I haven't been given a lot of the criteria.
Okay.
But I think they'll be pretty welcoming of anything you want to donate.
Okay. And then question two, I think I asked this in the workshop, and I don't remember if it was answered. The music and the performance, the permit's awesome because now I can recognize. Is there anything else restricting what I guess I would term pop-up music that don't have the badge and the tip jar?
Is there any? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, meaning can anybody just pop up in any one of these spots and start playing without this?
They have to have the box. The box has to be in front of them with their permit. The permit is on the back that has their name. So if you don't see that, they don't have a permit. It's also online. We have it on Sign Up Genius where they'll be playing. And so we only, like if there's an event going on downtown, we'll black out that section so they're not doubled up and competing with each other.
Okay, and so is that a Parks and Recreation enforcement, or is that public safety enforcement? I'm just curious if I think there was a pop-up one last week. They were playing a bunch of guitars and pianos and stuff, and I don't think they probably got a permit, so I was just curious about that one.
It's anybody, so recreation staff, if we have people out, police, anybody. We have sent the message out. Everybody has eyes on the, feet on the ground, and we'll see, but we don't have somebody just to observe just for that permit. But look for the blue box.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Recreation Services.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you?
All right, just going to go through some slides that I have here real quick. There's a lot of information in the report. I'm not going to go through all those details. That's just there for your information. But I'll go ahead and kick it off. I think I talked about last time our flag football team at North Park, league at North Park, and I just want to reiterate how much fun they're having out there. And any of you interested in flag football for the next season, it'll be opening up soon. So keep an eye out for that. But they're having a great time. This is kind of a resurgence of this program, so we're really excited to see it out there. On Saturday, we had opening day of the farmers market downtown.
You're not showing anything.
I'm not showing anything, sorry. Thank you for being my knight in shining armor here.
There you go.
Thanks. Okay, I'll go back.
Still not showing.
Okay.
The flag football team saying, is it like the softball where you come with your own, like you come with your 9 players? or
Yes.
whatever?
Yes, so people can come as free agents as well. So we try to put them on teams if they don't have one. Oh, that would help. How many times have I been up here and done that? So sorry about that, James.
No, that's okay. It was confusing me why I couldn't make it
Yeah,
come
well,
up.
that makes sense. They needed to be connected. Hello? All right, let me go back. Okay, so Cheryl, back to your question. Yes, so they come as a team. or they, like I said, they can come as a free agent. We have the same situation in softball and in basketball, and then we try to put those extra people on teams as well. So if you're a lone wolf out there and you're looking for a team, we'll find one for you. They had Alpharetta Farmers Market opening day this last Saturday with a ribbon cutting ceremony to kick it off. And they had a great turnout. They had 114 vendors out there, which is phenomenal, especially considering it was spring break week. So it was a great turnout, thousands of people down there, and a highly successful kickoff for the season. If you are still looking to get your taxes done, just want to let you know the AARP is out at Preston Ridge Community Center until April 15th. But that was a move that we made this year. They'd been at the Adult Activity Center for many, many, many years, but part of the issue is that we're so busy out there and we're so limited on space, it took up a whole room for several months. So we moved it out to Preston Ridge this year, and it has been very successful out there. It's eased up on the Adult Activity Center and given them their own space out there. So a lot of people in our community have been taking advantage of that, and they're wrapping it up on April 15th. So.
I'll just give you a little feedback on some of the
Sure.
gals from
Madam Commissioner?
I'm sorry, what? Yes, Cheryl.
Some of the gals from Glass went to that, and after they got over the initial angst of finding it, they were like, oh, it's because I guess you have to go back and pick up your return later or something like that. And they were like, oh, that's really a nice place. And so that was a good idea to get some of them to go there.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
It kind of, there were twofold to that, is that we exposed more people to what was going on at Preston Ridge as well. So they now
Right.
know that it's there, like you said. So thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that.
It was good.
Okay, any of you know any teenagers that are looking for a job this summer? We're hiring. I'm glad to hear that you've had some great people. So we're still looking to hire counselors for the summer. We're almost fully staffed at the pool, which is exciting. But again, if you have any young people in your lives, they have to be 16 by May 26th in order to be hired. But please send them our way. It's a great job, and who knows, they might get bit by the Recreation and Parks bug and down the road end up in this great job that we do. And that's it that I have on my slides. Not a whole lot there. I just want to refer to the report here. If you are looking for some fun things to do out at the AAAC, we've got some great activities going on. Challenge of the Golden Years. The North Park Pretenders Drama Club is having a presentation May 3rd and 4th at 2:30 p.m. on each of those days. And you can read the description of this fun play that they're doing. It's different skits about how wily seniors conquer the confusion and chaos of the contemporary world as they search for justice, meaning, and connection. So it sounds like it's going to be really fun. So if you want to get a kick out of a good skit out there, go ahead and take the time to go out to the Adult Activity Center. Also, if you're interested in going to the Georgia Renaissance Festival, there are signups for that going on right now. They're going on May 11th. And last but not least, if you have that wild side to you and want to take a ride down the Nantahala River, they have the whitewater rafting in Bryson City on May 21st. There will also be one later in the summer if you missed that one and you'd like to go ahead and do that as well. Now, down below that are all the special events you can see that are going on between now and our next meeting. So I thought I'd just give you information about what's going on out there so you could attend some of those if you're interested. We have 17 events between this last Saturday and May 11th. So you have a lot of options. Obviously, the biggest one for us that's coming up is Taste of Alpharetta. And we are, we are counting down. Okay, we're T-minus 30-something days here, and we're very excited about it. May 9th from 5 to 10 downtown. Going to have some great vendors out there, some great activities for the kids in the kids zone. And we're just really excited about it. If you're coming, please go to the website, download the app, or go search for Taste of Alpharetta. You can download the app as well, and that's where you can purchase your tickets and get all the information you need about this great event that's coming up. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions?
Yes, Carla?
Christine.
Yes.
Thank you for the information. I see that Shakespeare in the Park is going to be at Rest Haven and Innovation. What space exactly is that? Is it outdoors? Is it inside Innovation?
That's a Kim question. the Art in the Park, or the Shakespeare in the Park. They're having an Innovation Academy in the theater. Is that correct?
We'll be having it at the Grove.
Oh. We have it at Rest Haven Innovation? Is that not correct?
It's Shakespeare in the Park it'll be right back here in Brook Street.
At
Oh,
Brook
okay.
Street.
So,
Okay,
okay.
awesome.
I'm sorry, that's what was, it
No
was listed
worries.
as Rest Haven and Innovation on our list.
We have, there'll be another event, Restless in Rest Haven, that Act One is working with the Historical Society.
Ah, okay.
And I don't have the official advertisement for that, or I would have told you about it today.
Oh, no worries.
But they'll be walking through downtown and kind of telling stories of people that have lived here, and then walking and ending at the cemetery and walking through the cemetery.
Ah,
So
neat.
I'll send out more about that when I get the information.
Yeah.
And we will update it on our list to be correct. So I apologize for that.
It's confusing, it's too bad.
Thank
No
you, I
worries.
appreciate
Thank you
that,
so
Kim.
much.
Any other questions?
Is the Grill Fest, is that a new event? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is the Grill Fest, is that a new event? Or is
It's
that
the what?
the Grill Fest on?
That is actually, it is an annual event, yes, but this is the first year they're holding it at Union Hill
Okay.
Park. That's going to be a really fun event, too.
Is that grid and irons? Did it use- did
No,
they use
it's
to-
different than that. Grilling and Gridiron is downtown. And this is Atlanta Magazine's Grill Fest, and it's going to be out at Union Hill.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Park Services, Eric? Oh, look at this.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I don't have any pictures. So really, my report this month is more of the same. Basically, we're just, the maintenance continues as staff gets ready for events, tournaments, and things like that. But what I would like to do is, we have hired 2 new people downtown, and I did hire a downtown supervisor, so I would like to formally introduce you to James Brett Gratz. So he is the downtown supervisor now, handles Brook Street, Innovation, all the pocket parks, but I would like you guys to see who he is and formally introduce him and have him tell you a little bit about his background. And if you have any questions for him, of course.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for having me today. My name's Brett Gratz. My trade is a golf course superintendent, graduate Mississippi State University. I've spent 26 years as a golf course superintendent, over 30 in the business. I'm married to the most wonderful wife on the planet and the best ever daughter. So sorry if you're below that category. The best it's a treat to be here. Been here 6 months or so, and just every day gets better and better. And thank you guys for having me.
Well, welcome.
What school did you go to?
Mississippi State.
Did Eric get you an office, or where has he got you?
Yes,
sitting?
ma'am. We're officed out of one of the old concession stands at Innovation. Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. It's got a desk. I mean, like you set him up
It does.
properly?
It's a real. It's
Completely renovated it, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good for you. Good for you.
Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
James, just kind of bullet point, what's your job description going to be? What are you going to be overseeing down there?
All of downtown. Well, the city center downtown, at Innovation Academy, the sports fields, everything that's not within the school footprint. We've got several pocket parks spread throughout downtown that are outside of city center. The Chelsea Park, when it comes online, the Alpha Loop, Encore. We miss anything major?
No, that's
What do you know about fountains then?
Well, that's part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So the fountains are
He's
in
in
pocket
training.
parks.
Sounds like Eric hired 2 people for 1 job.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome, and welcome.
Thank you.
Park Services.
Good evening.
How are you?
Welcome, Brett. He's already, if you've been around downtown, you can already see his hand in everything. He's doing a great job. Speaking of doing a great job, my staff has been working so hard to get these ball games in. It seems like every weekend or every Friday we've got a torrential downpour that comes in. And so they've been going above and beyond to make these fields playable and try to get them in as many games as we can. So I can't brag on them enough. We've got some new windscreens that have been replaced on all the backstops, on all the fields at Wills, as well as the custom sail shades that are above in between fields 7 and 8 over the bleachers. So those are nice and new and will be definitely appreciated this summer. The open field and the Arena 4 at the Equestrian Center have both been graded in between the rainstorms. So that's kind of an ongoing thing. Those are our last 2 arenas that still have the natural footing. And with all that rain, the underbrush, all the privet, everything grows back that we cut back. So that's just kind of an ongoing thing that we deal with. We'll be adding mulch to all the playgrounds, dog park, and the Grove for some upcoming events we have in the next couple weeks. But other than that, that's my report.
Any questions for Matt? No, sir. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Senior Operations Manager.
What was your question, Jet?
Oh, I wanted to know how the ads were going in the outfield, like in the fields of baseball. Is it the same as last year, better? How is the whole? Okay. Do we get money for that, right? We don't get money? Never mind then. Ignore the question.
Sorry, Jet. Okay. I'm going to attempt to do pictures.
Oh.
Well, good evening. And by the way, yeah, we got Brett set up. He's got a desk. He's got some pencils, some paper. Internet connection, computer, the works. So yeah, but we really made strides when we got the pencil and paper. Well, I hope y'all had a great month. We've had a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening in the world of just general park enhancements and repairs, but also some movement in the bond project. So we're excited about that. Over at Webbridge Park, we are getting that dog park finalized. As you can see, it's kind of some of the getting close type thing, as where you can kind of see the entrance to the park. We're still set to try to have that ribbon cutting on May 5th, so we hope you can join us. Over at North Park, we got lights out there. So first of all, let me shed some light on some comments that Commissioner Rand said, insinuated that I didn't like woodpeckers. I grew up watching the cartoon. I love woodpeckers. But there is a reality is that we live in a broken world, and sometimes nature and mankind just aren't in sync. And that's part of our job and part of our mission, on a serious note, to manage the resources that the Alpharetta has, and be good steward to that. And it's challenging, and nature usually kicks our butt. But we respond, but we do take managing our national resources and working with wildlife and any other elements of that very seriously. And we joke around about it, and I love to joke around with Cheryl. But we do take our job seriously as far as resource management and wildlife management. So, but we do have lights, and I wanted to shed light on that. We have lights that was actually taken this afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and the report from the supervisor out there is those bright. They're bright. That's right. He said something else, but basically, yeah, they're just bright. So we're excited about that. So, at North Park, you know, we are, well, first of all, Webb Ridge Park, I got my photos mixed up a little bit. At Webb Ridge, we're starting the Web Zone project. So this is the first step of that, is you're trying to get that secondary entrance in a safe, because you know, the roots and everything on that concrete was pushing everything up, trip hazard. We got that set, and then I got a picture from the supervisor at Webb Ridge, Nate Hand. They have begun the installation of the Web Zone, you know, doing some preliminary work. So we're excited about that. And we're hoping that grand opening will possibly occur right around May 19th. So we're hoping, we're keeping our fingers crossed on that. Now, moving on, doing some finishing touches over at North Park Pickleball and Tennis Center. We're just trying to just give some final enhancements to that to try to get that area looking good. We did pour some concrete and pathways and also a viewing area over at the new pickleball courts. It's funny, I get excited about talking about concrete. It's a pretty solid topic to touch on. So y'all didn't get my joke either. So.
Yeah, we did. We did. We let it go.
All right, let's move on. All right, let's go. Let's move. Let's get this thing done. Mid-Broadwell Park. All right, I want to make a correction. I said the installation would begin on April 8th. It's going to begin the week of April 8th, not on April 8th. Got a report from the installer. They will be out here tomorrow. That's what they told me, with equipment with them. So I'm holding them to that. I'm hoping I can come through on that, and they do what they say. Meanwhile, we're just doing some finishing touches out there. Sign installation's coming out next week, so it's going to really start to come together with the hopes of having possibly a grand opening at the beginning of May. Waters Road Park, it's also come along. Parking lot's completed. We got some painting done. It's really coming together. We are getting to a point now that they've got all the erosion measures and tree save down, so now we can start kind of cleaning up that area because there's a lot of wooded area, and there's a lot of things that we need to do to make that park safe. You know, they finished construction. Now we're moving into operations, and then we're going to have the grand opening, because the last thing we want to do is open up a park that's not safe and so forth, especially with a lot of wood. So we went and did an inspection out there, identified a lot of dead wood and some things that we need to clean up, and that's going to be, we're going to be working toward that. And sometime in the 1st of May, we hope to have that ribbon cutting as well. Great news on Wills Park. We're having a meeting tomorrow with the possible vendor of doing the site work where the Wacky World and the new restrooms are going to go. That first phase of Wills Park proper. So we're excited about getting that going. That construction will begin, and we're still hoping that we will be able to start the installation of the playground, you know, in the fall, in the month of October. So, let's see. And the Webb Ridge synthetic turf, you know, the sewer installation will probably start in May, June, but we're in the review process of the actual design build of that turf. Things are very positive and moving with that process. We don't think there's going to be any hiccups in that process. So we still hope to have that going and start that installation in the 1st of November. All right, so a couple things I want to bring to your attention. And I just wanted to know, I titled this, Did You Know? You know, we had the Wacky World Claim Your Picket. You know, we had kind of written down, a few staff members wrote down a few numbers and said, how many do you think people will actually claim? Right now we're up to 105, which is great, That means there's a connection to that community, to the community in that playground. And that's going to live in their memories forever. So we're excited about that. We're excited that program was successful. Also, last year we had 7 memorial benches and swings installed last year. And you say, well, that's not a lot. Well, that is a lot. That is a lot, especially when you're trying to replace old benches. Those were basically donated to us that the city didn't have to purchase. So that's significant. That's probably a $15,000 in-kind service in a type value. So we're excited about that. And one last thing. As we hit June 1st, since 2020, we would have added 4 new playgrounds into our inventory, which brings it up to 11 in the park system. You do the math, that's close to 25% increase. That's significant. And that's kind of paralleling with the growth that our department has had. So we've had that much growth in our amenities, also in our park land and programs. And we're doing it with the same amount of staff. That's pretty impressive. And once again, I'm going to end it with bragging about the people I work with. I'm proud to be associated with these professionals. They know what they're doing, and you can tell every day that you come to Alpharetta, just by what you see. So I appreciate them, and kind of getting a little emotional right now, how much I appreciate them. So, got any questions?
Any questions? None. Thank you. Whoops,
Is
sorry.
the Claim Your Picket still open, or how long is that going for?
It's gonna go until we tear that playground down. I don't know exactly when that's going to be. We'll have a little bit more information once we kind of get into the contract with this vendor that's going to do the work.
Absolutely.
Do you?
I did. I already claimed mine.
Oh,
But we'll keep it open until we, as long as we possibly can.
Okay. Any other questions?
Kirk, isn't the Wacky World teardown, is it April 28th? No, that's the last party. That's
Yeah.
the party for it.
Farewell party.
Do we have any idea when I'm responsible for getting some help over there to tear it down, so what day are we gonna do that? So,
I'm sorry.
I'm responsible for getting help to help tear it down, and I just wondered if there's a date set yet to bring the old Wacky World down.
I don't have the exact date that that's gonna happen. We'll share that as we kind of get into the timeline of the contract. So,
Any other questions? Thank you. Director Rogers?
Good evening, Commission. Always good to be here. I don't have a lot to say because I think the folks that preceded me did an excellent job. And remember, we were talking about that's what's happened in basically the last 30 days. This isn't an annual report. This isn't a biannual report. This is a monthly report that we give to y'all. So there's a lot of things going on, and I would echo what Kirk said about being proud of the group that I'm working with. And they're amazing. They're amazing. But I am going to go back and call Brett out for just a minute and tell you that he's the kind of employee that we want that comes to the city. He wanted to work here. He enjoys coming to work every day, and he is making a difference because downtown Alpharetta has never looked better than it does right now. And what Brett and Jose are doing is a lot of the little things, because back before Brett and Jose came on board, it was basically Eric trying to do all that along with manage the rest of the park system. So they've really had a significant impact. So when you're walking around and you don't see any trash, if the town green looks like it was just vacuum, it was, and it really does look good. If you go back to where Food Truck Alley is, it looks a lot better. You'll go back there and you'll think, wonder why this looks better. It's because we have somebody that is championing downtown now. And I don't know if you noticed the grass over at North Main Street Park, the turf that went in right there in front of Mercantile Social. You probably didn't notice it because it looks so good. Next time you go by, look by, and you'll take a look at that. So I just want to give a shout out to one of our newest employees. Let him know that he's appreciated and he's making a difference, just like the rest of our crew is. I'm practiced at what I'm getting ready to do because at the last meeting I tried my best to send Amber off. So this will be, right? Amber, this is your last meeting, correct? Okay, all right. Yeah. And so, publicly, now I would like to thank Amber for her hard work for the city for 17 years and more specifically for the last 2 years because she had a very huge positive impact on our department. She brought a lot of structure and a lot of, I guess that's the best way to put it, structure to our department. Because I'm going to tell you, you get us together and good things happen, but we really don't pay a lot of attention to things like paperwork and administration and all of that. So Amber figured out a way to get us on track to do that, and it makes a huge difference. And we hate to see her go, but we're glad that she's taking on the next chapter in her life. And so, Amber, thank you. For me personally, thank you, and from the department, thank you very much. And you can come back to the meetings anytime you want to. They're open to the public. And I don't know if you were planning on doing this, Chairman Mitchell, but we have in attendance tonight our city council liaison, Mr. John Hypes, is in attendance tonight. I'm sure he would be glad to answer any questions that you may have. I don't want to put you on the spot, Councilman, but if anybody has any questions, me and John, I'm not supposed to call people by their first name when you're at the diocese. So me and Councilman Hypes meet on a regular basis. We have a monthly breakfast meeting and a monthly lunch meeting that we talk about the things that we're doing. And we couldn't have a better advocate at the city council level than Mr. Hypes. He's always trying to get us what we need and how we need it. So I appreciate what he does behind the scenes and how he supports us on an ongoing basis. So, John, if you want to, somebody ask him a question and bring him up and make him say something.
I just want to express my appreciation for what everybody does here. I mean, this is the quality of life commission right here. So thank you for everything you all are doing. And this Amber, when there's a costume party, I never knew Amber's there until after the fact.
Thank you. For who? You've got questions? Public comment, we'll do it. Rec Commissioners report. Anybody have anything they want to bring up, go through?
I just have one request, and this might be for one of Amber's last things she can do. I heard a lot of ribbon cuttings coming up, maybe 2 or 3. Can we get just a list of the next 30 to 60 days of those highlighted events?
Is there going to be food?
Yeah.
Cupcakes, leftover cupcakes.
Commissioner Bowers, I appreciate you bringing that up because if I'd have brought my book up with me, that was one of the things I was going to say is we do have a working list of the things that are going, and I'm going to email that to the commission tomorrow so you can put those dates. Now, understand some of these are still, this is a draft document, but I was going to share that with the commission via email tomorrow so you can kind of get those on it because in April and May, we were going to be busy I think we've got maybe 9 or 10 ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings during April and May. So get that on your calendar, and I'll send it to you tomorrow. Okay.
Anything else?
Amber, you're off the hook.
And before we go, Amber, I can't thank you enough for what you've done. It really made our lives up here so much easier with the way you organized us and put us in our place. So thank you for everything, and good luck with everything that's coming up. And again, we'll miss you. So thanks. Okay, I'm sorry. Would you turn your mic on? Okay, thank you. Anything else? Can ask for a motion to adjourn?
I would like to adjourn this meeting.
Have a second?
Second.
It had been moved by Commissioner Rand and seconded by Commissioner Saha that we adjourn the meeting at 6:28. I'll now call for a vote. Please vote. And it passes 9-0. Thank you, everyone.